So I'm interested how you would respond to this situation.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't know whether you're like me, but when workmen are out the front of the house, I go out and have a chat.
Yeah, I do sometimes. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, here we go. We'll start off with what joke did I make? From the Border Works, they dug a big hole down into the ground.
Yeah.
I walk out, have a bit of chat. What joke did I make?
You found anything yet?
Yeah, that's good.
Found
come
you
on.
blokes digging for gold or
No, come on, you know
what
it.
time smoko?
No, yeah.
How many blokes are standing around?
I said it's funny you've dug a hole, which is handy for me because
I've got a dead body.
I've got a dead body.
And they laugh?
They
or?
laugh, of course they did, you know. So anyway, have a bit of chat back and forth. And then they realised who I was, and after I reminded them.
Yeah.
And then it was like they'd done a photo, and then they're sort of wrapping it all up. They'd filled the hole in, getting back in the truck, and they'd going, "Oh, look, it's been really good meeting you." And these guys were like, in their early 30s, just had kids and stuff. And one of them goes, "It's really been good to meet you today, and it feels like you've really, lived a life. Would you be able to give me a life lesson?"
A life lesson?
A life lesson.
What?
What
What do you mean, like there and then and there?
Then
a life
there,
lesson?
yeah, just give him a little bit of wisdom.
Wisdom.
A
Sure.
little bit of wisdom for life.
Sure.
A little droplet of something that would,
just say
going.
about that?
What would you have said?
I just know one of my friends, when his dad was on his deathbed, he said to him, "I should have slept with more women." That was some of his last words, which is not right, Glenn, to say that.
Well,
but you could have said that to him.
It's right for him.
It's right for him.
Yeah. I reckon, would you think I have to be funny, or would you think I've got to be earnest?
My dad's
and
always
authentic?
said, he just said, well, my dad always said, when you park your car and you walk away, always turn around and look back at it, see that the lights are off, or it's not rolling down the hill. And I got to say, one day I did turn around, it was rolling down the hill because I left the handbrake on.
Yeah, look, I mean, that's almost a metaphor.
Yes.
Of wisdom, as Confucius say. Put Confucius in the front of it, and it always sounds good.
Confucius say, man who goes to bed stiff wakes up sticky, that kind of thing.
No, Confucius say, when get out of car, always turn back.
Yeah.
Look one more time, see if car rolling downhill. See,
but I'm not big into looking back. I keep telling one of my kids, don't stop looking back.
You
gotta look forward.
There you go. There you go.
Look forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people coming in here all the time in this venue today.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, well, I see. You were good. I started just to rant.
Oh, it's hard.
When you start talking, you go, hope I get to a point. So I said something along the lines of, in life, there's going to be certain moments where you're uncertain. There's going to be some risk, and you...
Was the truck backing up by now? Beep, beep. Thanks for that.
It's going on. No, here we go. Yeah. You go, anyway, and there's going to be certain risk, and to lean into that risk, because you'll learn from that whatever happens. The opposite of that, you become a control freak and you don't take any. You become a control freak, you end up not realising, what you're capable of. And controlling does sort of quell some of your fear. Because I know I'll never have to worry about that because I'm not going to do it. But when you're given opportunities, anyway, they kind of just nodded.
Maybe they're thinking of something funny. You're going to say something funny.
No, he wanted a life lesson. He wanted a life lesson because I'd already done the funny stuff. So
I heard what's his name, Jimmy Carr, say something good the other day on.
Well, he's very insightful.
He's very insightful. His book, as both you and I enjoyed his book.
Yeah, that's a recommendation I highly
it's a good
recommend.
book.
Yeah,
if you're interested in comedy, but it's also a bit of, as he said, it's half how to do comedy, half self-help, half memoir.
Yeah,
he said 100 years ago, no one had a hot shower.
Yeah,
he said some of these people that we look up to and admire, and said, well, how did they do it? He said they didn't have hot showers. He goes, so we should be grateful. For having stuff like that. I reckon that's good. Be grateful for what you've got.
Well, you know what? We should be grateful that we have this podcast.
That's all right. We can sit and do it in a pub where there's random blokes walking into our recordings.
And we get together.
Lounge.
And we are effectively, by this podcast, giving a little
advice.
lesson for life.
Yeah.
I mean, people who tuned in are going to go away with information. They're going to go away with some humour. Most of all, they're going to go away with love. Love from both of us.
And laughter. Play the music, Courtney.
No, I've got more to say on that. More to say. Stop that.
I think the truck's driven off.
Welcome to Somehow Related Now. Please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Okay, we're back on the podcast, and we should mention John Blackman passed away.
Yeah,
who we both knew.
Yeah, who both knew him very well.
You knew him a lot better than me.
He goes back to day one for me.
Wow.
I remember, this is back in the day when we had nowhere to go besides if you're...
Hang on, someone wants to speak to you. Mr. Summers, Mr. Summers. Oh, Dickie Knees. Come in from the ether.
We had Le Joke, and if you got really good, you went from Le Joke down to the bottom room at the last laugh. And that was it.
I remember that.
You couldn't get on TV. You couldn't get on the Don Lane show, or you got on New Faces, didn't you?
Yeah. But when I'd started, there was Hey Hey midday. Not the big gig was around. Not that I went on that.
But that wasn't much.
No.
But anyway,
live.
before then, because I'm half a generation ahead of you.
Yes, you are.
There was nothing. And there was Hey Hey if you managed to get on that. And there was Daryl Summers at a Tuesday night show. I wanted to meet Bert Newton, Barry Humphries, and John Blackman. Because he had great timing. He was, he was
on radio, wasn't he?
He did a lot of radio.
Yeah.
He was Hey Hey Saturday. He was the voice you listened for. He was without John Blackman, there was no Hey Hey Saturday.
Yeah.
And I remember if you did a gig and you on Hey Hey or any of those shows that he was doing voiceovers for, if you managed to get a John Blackman laugh,
you did well.
That meant that you were part of the club. You joined, you'd cross the line, you'd you'd get on board. I remember meeting him in the Ark at Channel 9. And remember, we just became good friends, and that would have been early 80s. And we ended up playing golf together, going on holidays together, and became very close. And
there you go.
Yeah, very sad.
Any funny stories, Glenn? I know someone rang me about it from a radio station and said I met him, but I didn't really know him. You know what I mean? But you would have had.
There was one that was incredible because we were at the cricket. Shane Warne rang me, and there was a Boxing Day test. I was walking out of the cricket with John Blackman, and Shane Warne rang and said, "Why don't you come in the rooms?" I said, "Oh, I'm with John. Can he come too?" And he said, "Yeah, sure, come on in." So we come in, and we're having the rooms, have a bit of a chat, have a bit of a drink, blah 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 blah. The next day, was it South Africa? Who were they playing?
South Africa.
Were they playing?
Sure, it was South Africa.
I think so. Anyway, so this is put in Shane Warne's head, Dickie Knee.
Yeah.
So that's right. The batsman went out early on. Shane goes, "Oh, look, it's Dickie Knee." He says, "Who's Dickie Knee?" And then he goes, "That's John Blackman's character on Hey Hey Saturday." The batsman, who was of dark skin colour,
South African,
doesn't hear any of that. All he hears is, "Let's get the black man."
What?
He mishears it because he goes, "Oh, it's Johnny Blackman."
Yeah.
He hears him go, "Let's all get the black man." And then he goes out because he's been put off by the racial taunt.
Right.
And then tells the papers the next day that Shane Warne and I think Ricky Ponting had said something racially inappropriate. And then he had to go into the explanation about, no, I was talking about Dickie Knee, who's a character
Blackman.
Who's John Blackman. I was saying he's John Blackman. So it blew up.
That's hilarious.
It blew up.
Yeah.
It's funny how, Anyway,
and you were there.
Well, if we hadn't have gone in there, he wouldn't have put into his head Dickie Knee. And then the guy walks out limping. He goes, "Oh, look.
Dickie Knee.
Here comes Dickie Knee." Anyway, we shall miss him dearly. He was a good man. Had many good times with him, and gave me a lot of good advice over the years. And Valet John Blackman,
Mr. Summers, Mr. Summers.
Oh, the angel. Oh, hello.
Oh, the angel.
And they were good jokes.
They're funny.
Good jokes.
All right.
Anyway.
Now we should get the topics, shouldn't we?
Yes, we should.
Sam, who's like our John Blackman, the voice from
Yes, of
above.
course. Yes.
What are the topics, Sam?
Popeye the Sailor Man and Jeeps.
Oh,
Popeye. Popeye the Sailor Man.
that was
Popeye.
that was a cartoon back from
Gee, a long time ago. It's
the
iconic.
30s, 40s or something.
That's it. I am what I am. Did you say?
Yeah, had
I am what I am. I
Big
am.
forearms.
Right.
He had.
Excuse me.
He was a sailor.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yeah, he had one eye kind of closed.
Uh,
He was brought to life on screen by Robin Williams,
oh, that's right.
and they're about to release another movie about Popeye with Conor McGregor, the cage fighter.
He's going to play Popeye.
He's going to play Popeye. I saw
probably
the
good.
promo, and it was like He looked pretty good. Whether or not
Yeah.
he can hold together a whole scene, I don't know. But
And Popeye, and his girlfriend was Olive Oil.
that's right. Yeah.
His enemy was a big Brutus or something. Remember the
Oh,
big
that's
guy?
right. Yeah, Brutus.
Brutus
yeah.
who would fight Brutus for Olive Oil. And Olive Oil would kind of sort of, wasn't that, was not that loyal to Popeye, sort of like Brutus or something. Wasn't he always fighting for her affections, Olive Oil? I think he was.
So Olive Oil was his girlfriend.
Sort of
No,
off
or
and
was
on.
she just a girl that was around?
I think it became more like his girlfriend. Then who was Sweet Pea? That was
Oh, you're good.
remember Sweet Pea, the little
No.
baby remember the baby that used to hang out and crawl around. That was Olive Oil's niece, maybe, or something like that, or nephew, or something.
God.
Something weird. Popeye the Sailor Man. I can only remember it from cartoons and reading them, but I always thought it was pretty fun.
Oh, the big thing was he ate spinach.
It made him strong.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he would crack open a can of spinach.
Yeah, it was weird. And
He-
Olive Oil used to eat spinach too.
Yeah, and he'd go, and then he'd go and save the world.
Yeah, he had strong powers. Yeah,
Yeah, he was kind of grumpy, wasn't he?
Yes, sort of angry, kind of.
And he had he had a pipe.
Yeah, the pipe. And
Yeah.
tattoos.
Yeah, and I think the pipe in latter days turned into things. Like he could use it as a weapon.
Yeah, he ate spinach through his pipe, I think. It was
And
really
it was
weird.
like a jet propelled engine or something another time, and
Popeye. What a weird...
it's kind of like you wonder what that was based on or where it came from. What was it based in a musical? Or, I don't know. It was based on a
It
real
was a
character?
comic. I think it was a comic first.
as a drawing
in a
as
newspaper.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
and then it became a cartoon.
Yeah. But
Popeye the
it
Sailor
does
Man.
fall into the older of the cartoons as
Yeah, like
opposed
Handicap.
to... Yeah.
Handicap,
Yeah. I mean, like your Flintstones and your Jetsons, they were the next generation, weren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. Popeye was before. Popeye was like Felix the Cat and old Mickey
So it's more like
Mouse.
3 minutes as
Yeah,
opposed
I
to
think so.
the ones that went half an hour.
Yeah, the Looney Tunes and stuff.
Yeah. And I dare say, well, you would the younger generation would only know him through the movies. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a long time ago
A
too.
long time ago.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
It keeps on coming back around because obviously they're going to make a new one fairly soon.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
The only thing is, I would say it doesn't feel as relevant as some of the older. What are the older cartoons? There's
Felix the Cat. The wonderful cat.
Yeah, that was one of my early ones. Yeah,
Felix the Cat.
I reckon the next.
Tell you what, they all had good songs. The wonderful cat. Hang on.
I reckon the next generation are the ones that stuck.
Yeah, Flintstones.
Flintstones, Jetsons. What else was there?
That's probably because that's our generation, maybe.
Yeah.
We
What
grew
about
up with.
Yogi Bear? That was a cartoon.
Oh, yeah. Get your hands off that picnic basket, Boo-Boo. Boo-Boo was his little sidekick and Yogi. And there was...
Boo-Boo?
Boo-Boo. Top Cat.
Oh yeah, had the jingle go?
Top Cat.
It was jazzy, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
no, Top Cat. Officer... Hang on, who were the other... There was Benny. Top Cat. Benny. TC Benny. I'm
Was
trying to
that
think
about
of
a whole lot of alley cats? Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
he had a whole gang.
Yeah, they
I
lived
remember-
in tin cans and stuff.
Yeah, I can only remember the Top Cat and Benny. I told you I've got an original Top Cat frame signed by Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that worth anything? Probably not.
Well, apparently not, but...
Wasn't there? Well, there used to be a store in Melbourne where you could go and buy cells of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that one of those?
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you thought this is an investment.
good
for the future.
investment. Great investment.
Great investment. And you pay
Top
about
Cat.
$100, and you get
More than that.
signed. Was it really? Is that up at
Yeah.
home somewhere?
No, it's just in the drawer somewhere. I've got that, and I've got the Spider-Man edition 11 comic.
Well, we cleaned out the garage during COVID, and I found the platinum album for the Comedy Company.
God.
Now, are you going to put that up in your home? No.
No.
Are you going to put it in the garage? Yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to put it out for hard rubbish? No.
Well,
You can't put it out the Comedy Company
Gold record.
gold record for hard rubbish. It's not a good look because people go through your hard rubbish.
yeah, what are you going to do with that?
I know. It's in the pile that
Undecided.
I guess you could put it into the rubbish bin.
Yeah, I'll op shop it. Someone would love that.
Really?
Yeah, someone would.
Oh, so you're not going to donate it to?
Yeah, donate it op shop.
But then it says Glenn Robbins, and there's Glenn Robbins
okay.
throwing his stuff. Doesn't he
Okay.
care? You know.
Yeah. It's not exactly a baggy green, is it?
Have you got a what's her name? Have you got a
I've got some awards that I can't throw out. Yeah, absolutely. I've got a radio award.
and you can't throw it out?
It's in the shed. But honestly, it's so it's honestly like a blunt object. If I ever get killed with a blunt object,
some of them are quite pointy, aren't they?
yeah, I've got that. I've got that award, and I've got a tertiary best comic. That's the unis used to have an award for the best comic, and I got that one year. But that's handmade by a student. Not as impressive.
There's a whole lot of things in everyone's life that are no good for the house. Can't throw them away. Can't keep them. They're in that zone, the garage zone, I call it, and whether you've got to hang on to it because Romy did a picture of Mother Teresa.
Oh yeah,
For year 12,
and you still got it.
Still got it, and it looks at me every day. Mother Teresa. But then again, I'm going, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Popeye
Do you have a what's the name book? Cuttings? Remember that used to be a thing where people would cut.
I do.
You know, you were in the newspaper the other day.
I do. Yeah, Mum used to keep them too. Then when Mum passed away, I got her cuttings book, which has cuttings of me. Some of her, like Nana would appear in the local paper occasionally, and my brother would, my twin brother. And then there's a whole section dedicated to Lady Di. And then I think 9/11. I don't really need cuttings from 9/11 and Lady Di. I don't really need that in my. But I've got them. Yeah, absolutely.
So are they pride of place?
No, they're in the shed.
They're in the shed.
They're in the shed.
And is the shed like, is it weatherproof?
Yeah.
It's okay, because I've gone back to some of those, and you open them up, and they go, and it's all water's got in, or things that look a bit rusty.
I've got a clippings folder though. That's inside. I've got 2 of them, but I've stopped maintaining it. Like,
did you hang on to your old teddy bear or anything like that? I hang on to my Jerry G doll.
You got a Jerry G doll?
I had a Jerry, which if I'd kept his head, top of his head fell off, and then I threw him away. You know, people often have old models they've made, or or Legos they've put together, or things where they did the jigsaw puzzle and then they decided that it was worth framing, and then they frame it and it looks like shit, they put it out in the so.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
You just realise when you look at hard rubbish, we have so much shit that we don't use.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
We've been cleaning up a bit, and so much stuff.
So much.
And having kids too, it's just got all the baby stuff.
And it does feel good. But even some of the what do you call it? The homes. What is it? The shop that you take it to?
The op shop.
They kind of go, don't really want.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Don't need that.
We gave away so much stuff. I got to know the people at the op shop by their first names.
Because you were down there so much?
So often, yeah.
Yeah, well, I got to know them so well, I could walk straight through and go through to the back room that said private only. Because I walked, just take it through, Glenn. Thank you very much. Exclusive. I do like it. There's one of them, I won't say which one, but when you turn up, they give you a bit of a, you're going to bring that here, are you, look? Whereas the other one I go to, they go, oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, you want that. I want
a thank you like I am doing some good. Because I think some people may use it as a rubbish dump.
Oh, no, they do.
And it's terrible because they have to go through that crap.
Yeah.
And go through, like old underpants. Some people probably give their old underpants. You can't be given that. No. Old socks. Can't be given old socks.
No, but if you've got a nice shirt, that's fine.
Yeah. So anyway, I just think Popeye, when all the cartoon characters get together, as much as he'd be a tough guy, I'm not sure he's carrying a lot of weight. Who would be the number one guy to walk through the door at the get-together for cartoon characters?
Well, he's probably respected, like the older guy in the corner.
He probably. And you wouldn't want to take him on because he's got those big forearms.
Oh, he's a tough guy.
He'd whack you. Who's number one?
Oh,
Fred Flintstone?
Yeah.
He's like...
Then you got like
Tony
Batman
Soprano.
and stuff like that as well.
Batman, yeah, but I still think there are the cartoon characters that have stayed in cartoon character.
I know what you mean.
Like Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny would be pretty.
Yeah, Roadrunner.
The Coyote would be He was the bad guy, wasn't he? Roadrunner, yeah. Beep,
Yogi
beep.
Bear.
Yogi Bear.
But then there's some of the side characters. There's the Penguin. What was his name? I can't remember their names.
Pepe Le Pew would be quite popular.
Woody Woodpecker.
Woody Woodpecker. I know.
It's the Woody Woodpecker
What about
show.
Foghorn Leghorn? Surely when Foghorn walks in.
How did he speak? Sort of like a southerner, wasn't he?
Your mouth's flapping, but you don't know what's going on. Come here, boy. He's big like that. It's a bit like that. He did it very well.
Oh, boy.
Anyway.
Good times.
Popeye, I don't, as much as, respect that he's hung around for so long and they made movies about him, I don't think he's big in the cartoon front.
All right.
Anyway, there I've said it.
Well, let's talk about Jeeps. Jeeps.
Now, is it Jeeps or Jeep?
Just a Jeep. I think
so
just a Jeep.
hang on, what's the thing?
Well, I think Jeep's a brand, but
The Jeep is a type of car, and it's also a brand.
Yeah. But the real Jeeps are actually the Jeep, I think. You know what I mean? It's the brand too, isn't it? Like, the first Jeep was made by Jeep, wasn't it? Like, or branded a Jeep.
No, I think the first Jeep was in the Army.
Oh, yeah, absolutely in the Army. But why was it called a Jeep? It probably
I know
wasn't.
why. I know why it was. Well, I think there's rumours what it was. I think it was Jeep was short for GP.
Oh,
general purpose.
Yes, right, okay.
So that they just go, it's a Jeep vehicle.
Yeah.
And then that became JEEP. And then a company came along and turned that into a product. Surely, I don't know this, but surely they've taken it from the Army version and made it into a four-wheel drive luxury. American.
It was always a big deal in the movie when the general rocked up on his Jeep, wasn't it? You know,
yeah.
The colonel, the general, there'd always be a younger guy driving it.
Yep.
General's coming in his Jeep, he'd get off.
They'd come into the TV show MASH, and they'd drive in. It was all very important, waving at the crowd. They didn't have guns on them. They didn't have protection on them. So they were like I'm going to say it, like a golf buggy.
They were like a golf buggy or a Mini or something, weren't
Yeah.
they? But they obviously were employed for their versatility, maybe. They got around quickly.
Remember the Mini Moke?
Yes.
Well, Mini Moke was almost like a commercial version of a Jeep, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not much protection.
No.
Doors.
No.
Very dangerous vehicle to drive.
Oh, absolutely. The Jeeps we saw on war movies were not covered.
No.
They're like convertible, weren't they? They're open.
Because we had Land Rover, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was kind of like our version of a Jeep, wasn't it?
I think so. You can buy Jeeps now, though. You can buy a Jeep. There's ads
So
for
would
Jeeps.
a Jeep, an American Army Jeep, be four-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Probably not. Yes, it would
I
be.
reckon it... I don't know.
No, the American Army one.
Yeah, maybe not.
No, maybe not. I think it'd be... but commercial Jeep would be four-wheel drive. A lot of places to bang your knee.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah,
Hit your head on the roof.
Yeah. Like getting in and out always looked hard. You had to get one leg out because there was no door, yeah? Or was there a door? Maybe there was a door.
There was a door, I reckon. Yeah,
I think
there was
you're
a door.
right. Yeah.
In the Army Jeeps, there were doors.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Do you reckon that'd be a good job, being the guy driving the Jeep? I reckon that'd be a good job.
It wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Would you see action? Probably not. Would you be... You know, on a movie set, they have a guy called a runner.
Yeah, he's like the runner, isn't he?
Yeah, on a movie set, you have a runner. They do everything. They deliver scripts to the thing, or they go down the shops and pick you up.
Dog's body, dog's body.
Yeah, and I reckon that wouldn't be a bad gig. Rather than going front line and getting shot at.
Yeah.
Can you, do you get a medal for doing that? No, you don't. But here's a quiz question: What was the ad? What was the catchphrase for the ad for Jeep?
Oh, do you own a Jeep? No, do you?
Yeah, something like that, wasn't it?
Get a Jeep?
Yeah. He bought a Jeep.
He bought a Jeep.
Yeah, or she. Is it she?
He bought a Jeep.
He bought a Jeep. Because someone is doing something and they're getting really excited, and then the cat was he bought a Jeep.
That's right.
That's why he's so positive and so
excited. That's good. That's a good campaign.
It's a good campaign.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's really good. Jeeps, man.
I nearly got.
You nearly bought a Jeep?
I did think about it at the time, but look, American cars.
Was it made in America, Jeeps?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
They feel a bit rattly to me.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, maybe they're not. They just feel. I don't know. They don't feel rock solid.
You prefer your German car?
Ah, yes, I do.
That's Audi.
Yeah, it's the Audi.
What have I got? Volvo. That's Swedish, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't. My car broke down the other day. I won't say anything about Audi, but they treated me very well.
Oh wow!
I had to have it trucked away.
See you later.
Yeah. No, it wasn't the car. It was the electrics went funny.
Is this when you replaced it with a new one, or
No, this is another time.
this is another time?
This is the brand new one.
Really?
Yep.
What was wrong with the electrics?
Well, it just was. It was shitting itself.
And where were you when this happened? Were you at home?
Where was I? I was out front of the house, which was good.
Oh, that's good.
But it started going. The door's not closed. The engine, turn the engine off. The brakes aren't working.
Oh yeah.
Everything started flashing, and
Yeah.
and then the man came around and said, "You better take it in."
Oh.
And I went, "What do you mean? Sure, they can." Then I rang them and said, "They said don't drive it. Don't drive it."
Oh, you'll be one of those people that drive and it takes over.
Oh, it could be that.
Yeah.
No, they said don't drive it because you might do something major. I wouldn't have, but I said okay. So they sent a truck.
Yeah.
And they put him on the back of the truck. Then I ride up the front of the truck.
Why though?
Well, how else do I get to go down there?
Well, you're going to go down there while they check it out.
Yeah, but I'm going to go over there and get another car.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, they could
sure.
just take it. But
So how long did it take for them to fix the electrics in the
they
outing?
found it was a problem in the door.
Ah, the old door.
The
old door problem.
Door solenoid, is that it? No.
Yeah, it's solenoid.
Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But the door, because the door was not, I don't think the door realised it was open.
Okay.
Poor old door. Didn't know what was going on. I would open it sometimes and then it wouldn't turn you know when you turn your car off, it won't turn.
Yeah.
You close the door and the radio goes off. And I go, why didn't the radio go off? I closed the door.
Yeah. And it's saying to the head computer, we haven't closed.
Yeah,
but
we
it
haven't
was
closed.
closed.
So
that's the problem with these modern cars.
They think they can do everything, but then when the computers go,
Yeah.
whereas back in the day it was a
fix
piston or a
You'd fix that.
You go, I know what it is straight away. But these days you got to put it on the machine.
Well, even if you open the bonnet of a car, you're like, I can't even see the radiator. I don't think there is a radiator.
Well, it's just all a big piece of plastic.
Yeah.
Like when I blew up my VW on the Geelong Road, because I don't know much about engines. I'm not really a man's man. And a guy turned up from the RACV. I just said, I just stopped. And he goes, I was checking. He opens the back. I reckon he opens it up for 1 second. He goes, yep, you've blown it up. It's just like he knew within a second I'd blown it. I go, wow, how can you tell?
So that was it.
He said, see that hole in the side of the engine there, around about the size of my fist?
All right.
It's punctured a rod.
Oh, yeah.
It punctured a rod.
The rod punctured the thing.
Yeah,
the
rod
casing.
punctured the thing, and then it was dead. So I had to get my mate Bob McKenzie to come pick me up, take me home. Anyway, I don't know how we got into that. But I was going to say, I had an incident on Russell Coit where it wasn't a Jeep, but it was a Jeep-like vehicle that I nearly took my life.
Really?
Yeah, it was meant to flip. It was meant to flip down the. It was meant to go over the edge of a cliff, and it was dragged by cables out of shot. But the cables got caught. Instead of flipping front ways, it flips sideways. And the footage is actually there because there was only one shot. If you see me, you'll see it. You'll see me. If I hadn't been looking the right way, it would have hit me. So instead of going like that, it stood up on its end and then went like that.
Oh, to the side.
Yeah. So
that's dangerous, isn't it?
I face death when I do Russell.
Wow.
Coit. Yeah, every day of the week.
And so what, did you just jump out the way?
Let's get out of the way. But you'll see me jump out of the way. Yeah, so that was an actual get out of the way. It was meant to flip forward.
Yeah.
Anyway, it'll all be in my book when I write it.
Yeah.
What's
it called again, your book?
My big...
I didn't buy a Jeep. I almost bought it.
That's
I
really
almost
good.
died.
Yeah. So
almost
Jeeps or Jeep, American Army vehicle, low, not much going on there. Probably driven by someone who was running an errand.
Yeah. The general wants to speak.
Again, when all the big when
I like it when the general would rock up and not even get out of the car and just bark orders.
Yeah.
Drive off.
Yeah, and who were the big generals?
Eisenhower. Oh, okay. General Patton.
Oh, yeah.
General Patton.
Yeah, well done.
Well, the Nazis, they sort of had Jeeps, didn't they? They had sort of bigger ones.
So I can remember Hitler driving
Yeah,
along with
he
an open vehicle doing the...
That was a bigger car though, wasn't it? Remember it was a bigger
It was
vehicle.
more of a luxury
Yeah,
vehicle?
yeah. Whereas the General MacArthur, he was another one. They just had these smaller Jeeps.
Yeah. Ready for action, I guess.
Ready for action. All right. Well, we should have some thinking music.
Yeah.
You just bought a Jeep ad. Popeye.
The theme to Popeye, we could have that.
Let's have the theme. I love that song. Popeye the Sailor Man.
Do you want to hear that?
Yeah.
To our young... But do they use that in the movie?
They must.
They must use those lyrics.
All right.
Let's hear that.
Let's hear that.
I Popeye the Sailor Man. I Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm strong to the finish, 'cause I eat my spinach. I Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm one tough kazookas, what hates all palookas, what ain't on the up and square. I dips them and bucks them, and always I rubs them, and none of them gets nowhere. If anyone dares to risk my fist, it's buff and it's wham, understand? So keep good behavior, that's your one lifesaver, with Popeye the Sailor Man.
Wow.
There you go. That takes back to our older listeners. They would be riveting back to their
Yes.
their younger years. To our younger listeners, they probably go, because that was the old version from the old 1930s.
The old one.
Yeah.
They'll be
Popeye
going,
the-
what the hell?
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
Popeye the Sailor Man. All right, well, what's your question? What's your answer? Sorry. What is the connection between Popeye and Jeeps? The Jeep.
Because
the
I'm
car.
going to say, what is the connection between Popeye and Jeeps? I reckon in the army, they called a Jeep a Popeye.
Oh. I think it's the opposite. No, you know what it is. You know what it is.
Do you know the answer?
I think there's a Jeep character in Popeye, isn't there? Didn't he have a dog or something?
Called it.
I think it's called Jeep or Jeepers or something. The dog.
So hang on. So did they get?
Popeye definitely had a dog.
So what came first?
Wow.
You're saying Jeep came first.
Oh, Popeye came before Jeep. Definitely. Popeye was
30s.
Yeah, 30s. Where the Jeep was invented just before the war or during the war, I think. Wasn't it?
Yes.
I think they got the name from the Popeye show. I think it's where, or maybe that's one of the.
So they got the word
theories.
Jeep because I thought it was from GP, but I think maybe that's not right.
Well, maybe it is right, but maybe that is don't know. But there is because Jeep was like a dog or something in Popeye.
And they went, we've got this vehicle and we want to call it something.
Yeah. They called it
Rather than calling it an all-purpose vehicle, they
Yeah.
called it a Jeep.
Jeep.
And was it spelt Jeep?
Yeah, I think it was the character in. It was a weird-looking dog. Remember the weird-looking dog
No,
in
I
Popeye?
don't.
Yeah.
As I said, I wasn't a huge Popeye fan.
Yeah, I like Popeye. Okay, well, what is the answer, Sam?
Jeep was a recurring character on Popeye, which was very popular with World War II soldiers at that time. The theory goes that the Willys MB was named after Eugene the Jeep because it seemed like a magical pet that could go anywhere. Eugene the Jeep was the pet of Popeye the Sailor. Eugene could only say, Jeep, but he could teleport into other dimensions at will.
Ah, there we go.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
So you're right. You were on the right
I
track.
was on the right track. Yeah, Jeep was a character in Popeye.
I think history is one of your,
History of cartoons.
Yeah, history of cartoons.
Well, I did get an A in Australian history when I did HSC.
If you did Mastermind, what would be your topic?
Well,
would you
I
go
did.
history?
No, I did Australia's Funniest Comedian.
Australian history.
No, I did Eureka Stockade.
Oh, you did too, that's
and
right.
Peter Hallier won.
What did he win with? What topic?
Footy, maybe some sort of footy
Oh,
thing.
that'd be right.
Cal Wilson, may she rest in peace, came second with New Zealand Rock. Hughesy was up there too. Hughesy beat me. Oh, you know what? Here's a tip for anyone who's going to go on a TV show. Watch the TV show before you go on.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had no idea what was going on. I thought they just asked
Hello?
me. I thought they just asked me about Eureka Stockade. Right,
Yeah.
Eureka Stockade's a good thing to do because it was only happened over a few days.
Yep.
There was only certain characters involved, like Peter Laylaw, whatever.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? There's only
Yeah.
so much things they can ask you, right?
Yep. Yep.
Whereas something like Cal was doing, New Zealand Rock or whatever, that's hard because it's a
Yeah.
big category. So we get on the set, and it's Sandra Sully, your friend, hosting. I don't know if she's your friend. She's a nice person. And
I said I read the news, Channel 10.
Yeah.
She came on the panel once. Yeah.
yeah, she's nice. And she goes, okay, and there's about 8 of us there, all at our little buzzers. And she goes, all right, now it's time to play Scramble the Word. I'm like, what the where's the question about Eureka Stockade?
Oh, yeah.
How many bits of fruit can you get out of these letters? I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And so everyone's like, oh,
You're going.
I didn't even get to the Eureka Stockade. I was knocked out. And then how quick you were decided what thing you could choose out of a general category. And so there's like, for example, pizzas of the world. Pete Hallier, oh, that one. Because you were first, Pete. Okay, number 2, football team logo. I'll have that one. And then it gets down to me. I'm like the 6th choice. I got like, what did I get? Some weird famous dates. And it's just like, nah.
So
I
at
got
the start of the
knocked out.
episode, we talked about life lesson. So if
Yeah.
you were talking to a young boy who
Yeah.
wanted to get into television, what would your life lesson be?
Always, and I say this about going on radio shows too, always be familiar with the show that you're about to go on. Because you can walk in blindly and just go, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think if I've ever done that.
Have you done that? Or
I don't think so.
I learnt my lesson.
Yeah.
Really. Because here's me going, this will be, I'll be up there with these guys.
something happened the other day, which was really quite nice. I saw Adam Hills
Hillsy.
at a TV show that I can't say. He was on and I was on at the same time. Let's just get ready for this. And I went up to him after the show and I said...
Well, hang on. I was on Spicks and Specs with him the other night. I didn't see you there.
No, it wasn't that show. It was another show.
Sure.
I mean, you can try and guess, but I can't say anything. I'm sworn to say.
No, you can't say anything.
Yeah, but it'll happen. Don't worry about that.
7:30 report.
It's Q&A.
It's Q&A.
And I said to him, thank you for getting me through COVID. And he did. As I said before, you and he on Spicks and Specs.
You watched it every night.
I watched it every night. We'd eat our tea in front of Spicks and Specs. I said, thank you. And he really did because...
And did you say, you know, you should have that guy on. What's Dave O'Neill? He's very good. You should have him on a bit more.
Yeah, but you're on the new one.
I'm on this coming up. Yeah, I'm on this Sunday.
Oh,
I'm on this Sunday. Tune in.
What's the vibe? Anyway.
No, it was great.
And then I was leaving, and Len over and gave me a hug.
Hillsy.
Is he a bit of a hugging guy?
Yeah.
He's a hug guy, is he?
Absolutely.
Oh, so have you ever hugged him?
Yeah, I have. And I'm not a hugger, but he comes in for
you're
the
not
hug.
A hugger. You're not a hugger at all.
No, I did the other night. Not your show, not the mysterious show that you went on. I did. Yeah, Spicks and Specs, and it was great. Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, if you are a hugging person, I think we need more hugging going.
More hugging in the world.
So if people are walking down the street, and you and I are walking down the street,
yeah,
I reckon they'll go, I'll hug Glenn, but I won't hug Dave.
Yeah.
Because Dave has let it be known.
Step back.
What do you do during a hug? Do you
just
gently
accept
tap
it.
the back?
Yeah, you just accept it, I suppose, you know.
You don't really participate.
But he is a bit of a hugger, Hillsy. He's looking good, isn't he?
He looks
I
great.
haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's happy. He lives between here and in London.
Plays tennis.
Yep.
Loves
Does
playing
well.
tennis. Because Hillsy beats him. Yeah, I beat Hillsy. Yeah, no worries.
Really?
Oh, apparently. I don't know. I beat Hillsy. Oh,
Anyway,
no
bring all the old shows back.
Bring
I
them all
reckon
back.
If you can reboot Spicks and Specs, I reckon we could reboot the Comedy Company.
Yeah.
I could be out there doing Uncle Arthur again.
Yeah, let's bring it back. Let's bring back Hey. Let's bring back. That might be hard because John's passed away. All right, let's not bring that one back. The panel. Everyone's still alive that's in the panel.
Yeah,
bring
that's
that
good.
back.
Yeah,
bring that
new
back.
faces.
New faces. Bert's passed away.
Yeah,
We need a new host.
yeah.
Glenn Robbins, new faces. I can see it now.
Yeah, Glenn Robbins is new faces. That sounds good. How about a midday show? Bring back a midday show.
Midday show was awesome. I went on the midday show.
God, I mean, a number of people that managed to see that show.
Yeah.
You're going, what are you doing at midday watching TV? But TV was on.
Number 96.
Oh, number 96.
The Box.
Oh, you're good.
Prisoner.
Matlock Police.
Matlock Police.
Homicide.
Cop Shop.
Yeah.
The Sullivans.
Cop Shop.
Quick, wind us up.